Spirit 1053, hi.
Hi, Erica. This is Edward.
Edward Rivera, what a pleasure to meet you. How are you today?
What an honor for me. I'm great. It's a good morning.
Well, it's a really good morning because the sun is shining here in Seattle. Where are you?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm in California. Perfect. Well, West Coast.
Awesome. Hey, West Coast is the best coast.
West Coast.
Man, I have been singing your song all morning.
No way.
Couldn't love it more. Not the end. And it's one of my favorites to talk up, that little ramp up a song. It's so wonderful because it ain't over till God says it's over, Edward.
Exactly. If it's not good, it's not over yet.
Come on. And I'll tell you, I didn't realize that this song really started on the side of a highway. Can we start there?
Yes. Oh, man. Absolutely. I was on my way. I was in Nashville on my way to the writing session, and I almost got into like a little bumper situation in the freeway, and I pulled over because it freaked me out, and I had a huge panic attack. And I was convinced that that session was going to be terrible, that it was not going to, I wasn't going to have much to contribute because my mental was still trying to recover, and not the end came out of that session. And I'm so glad because it's such a powerful testimony, and it was something that I needed to sing over myself in that moment. And I hope that other people, when they have their side of the road moments, they can turn something like that on and encourage themselves.
Wow, I love what you just said, singing over yourself. What happens, Edward, when you and I choose to do that? We raise up the praise when everything is sinking down low on the inside.
Man, like the word says, the power of life and death is in the tongue. And I am someone that chooses to speak life. And whenever I feel that darkness or whenever I feel something creeping in, I immediately start to worship. There's power in worship. And I immediately start to remind myself, who I'm singing to and who he is. And it just calms me down.
Wow. No, same. I'm the same way. And I really appreciate all of the language you used in this song, talking about the long nights, the hard times, because we trust Jesus as believers. We know he is good, but sometimes, let's face it, life doesn't feel good. Life is hard.
Oh, yeah.
You're a person who battles anxiety. My son does as well. So how do you hold his hand? You're a man of strong faith. I can hear it. Everything I'm reading about, I'm getting that from you. How do you hold his hand through those hard times, Edward?
Man, I had to learn, in 2018, I got diagnosed with PTSD, and it gave me chronic anxiety. I went through something super traumatic, and Harvey, actually Hurricane Harvey in Texas, when that happened, I had a really traumatic experience, and I had to cling onto the Lord. That's the closest I've ever been. Like I was diving into my word and spending as much time I had because I was pursuing peace, and I knew he is peace. I knew he is the only solution and the answer for peace. And I'm so glad I did that because the more I clinged onto him, the more at rest I felt. And I just learned to make that a part of my, my day to day. I don't go a day. I try not to go a day, without, because like you said, life is lifing sometimes, like we like to say over here.
Yes, absolutely.
and I just, when you have that discipline of just clinging onto him daily, life could throw anything at you, and you're just grounded. You just feel so grounded and stable. And I've learned to strengthen my relationship to overcome my anxiety.
Wow. I get that 100% because during the toughest times in my life, those are the times I can say God was close. He really is close to the brokenhearted, and he saves those who are crushed in spirit.
He keeps his promise of being there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Glad I made it out. And if the Lord didn't help me out through that, I wouldn't have been able to even get out of that highway, the day that I wrote Not the End. So I'm glad that the Lord has given me the tools to move forward.
Praise God. He does that. He will put people in your life who will help you. I am a big fan of Christian therapy. I mean, it has helped me time and time again. Are you with me on that?
Absolutely.
Good for you. Okay, Edward, I just know you have a great Jesus story. I can feel it. We're doing a Yes Day here at Spirit 1053 in August, where we're just telling the stories of the times we said yes to Jesus.
Oh,
and
man.
Would you mind telling me yours?
Yes, absolutely. The day I got saved.
Yes.
I was 17. My mom forced me to go to a youth camp. And I'm so glad she did because I met the Lord that day. And I said yes to him. And it wasn't, I was overwhelmed with so much love. It was such an easy response. It was like, yes, like whatever I just encountered, you have my yes, you have my life. And I want to pursue this. I went straight to Bible school. It was my senior year in high school. I went to Bible school right away. I was so hungry for more. And, I'm here. I'm still here. That's what started my journey.
Wow.
So my yes was my obedience,
Beautiful. What clicked with you? What did you hear at camp that clicked?
Him knowing my story. The preacher, whatever he was saying was just resonating with me, and I went up for prayer, and I just felt the Lord's hug. I felt a hug that I've never felt before. It felt so settled. I felt so rested. I felt so at peace, like a peace that I've never experienced. And it made me so hungry. I was like, whatever I experience, I don't want to stop experiencing this. So, Lord, I will follow you wherever you go. I want more. I was so hungry that day.
Oh, I love that so much. Well, I understand God has given you a heart for prodigals. I like to say people who haven't run back to God yet. How come?
I think maybe I identify with some of that, being a prodigal myself at one point, somebody that was raised in church but kind of stepped away because I wasn't sure what I was, what it was. I didn't know what I was believing or what was happening until I encountered until I had that encounter when I was 17. So wait, what was the question again? Remind me.
So,
Sorry.
why do you have a heart for prodigals?
Oh, yeah, I guess, like I said, I see myself in it. I remember being that person of just so hopeless, not knowing Jesus, not knowing anything, and just feeling like I don't know where to go, what to do, and I just want to be a voice. One of the stories in the Bible that I resonate with is the woman at the well. It was like she encountered love and immediately wanted to tell everybody about it, and that was me. That was my encounter, and I was like, if you feel, I wanted to go to anybody, if you feel hopeless, if you feel like you have no faith, if you don't know who to put your faith in, if you don't know what to believe, like I have I know somebody who can give you the freedom that you're looking for. And I just identify myself so much with that struggle and just putting myself in that place. And, I love going, I went, like I said, I went straight to Bible school and I learned about the 1040 window. I learned about missions. I was a missions group leader. I've just been somebody that I've traveled the nations, I've gotten to see the hand of God at work in other countries. And I just love it. And I want to be a part. I want to be his hands and feet, So that's why. I don't know if that answers the question.
It's perfect. What's your favorite story to tell of something you saw God do outside of America?
Oh man, one time I was in Peru and I had just did my set and the main artist was doing their service and I was in the back and I felt led. I kept seeing this guy just standing there. He looked like I thought he was just a regular like setting up the lights and stuff. And I just felt this overwhelming feeling of like reaching out to him and giving him a hug and really praying over him. And I had a lot of beautiful things to tell him, about his life and things that I just felt a sense of like I felt like he was somebody important in that space. And I didn't know to what degree, but I prayed for him and I led him to the Lord. And it ended up being a government official of Peru.
Wow.
And he was just like, he gave me his number and everything. He's like, anything you need, anything you guys need, like, please. And we ended up having dinner. It was incredible because I got to speak life into somebody that actually calls the shots and is very influential there in Peru. And it was such a setup. It was incredible.
Unbelievable. It's crazy what God does when you step outside your comfort zone. I just went to Kenya back in April, and it was just one of the coolest experiences of my life. And you realize that, like, the body of Christ is so big. Like, you meet brothers and sisters, like, all of a sudden you're instantly connected to people that you never knew. Isn't that cool?
I love it. And I love people. So it's just perfect. I get to meet more brothers and sisters. I get to, celebrate what the Lord is doing all over the world. And, we just get to reap, what he's doing, all the work that the Lord is doing around the world. It's just beautiful.
Oh, I'm going to ask you if you could sing a line from Not the End in Spanish.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. So, yo sé que no es el final, sé que hay mucho por llegar. Yo sé que no es el final, todo va a estar bien.
Edward, you are fantastic. I hope you're going to come on the show again. And God bless you. Keep making music.
God bless you. Keep doing what you guys are doing, spreading the gospel, sharing the good news of Jesus. Thank you so much.
Edward, rock on. Thank you.